to look at the yellow sheet of paper that I gave you, and we'll go over just a minute what I have to accomplish today in 40 minutes. It's my go. All right. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to analyze the impact on student learning of committing as a teacher to change. Like, I will do things differently. All right. Secondly, I want to understand the goals and responsibility of what it means to be a member of this PLG, which is what we are. And last of all, we're going to explore the progression of the district's power standards and how that relates to wonders, okay? And we're going to do 2 activities, and one of them is going to be just a little quick reading, and we're going to do an activity called Pass It On. So I'm going to let you number 1, 2, 3, and you're going to read your part, and then you'll pass it to your partner. And there's 3 readings, so somebody may have to read 2 until everybody gets here, so that we have more than one person here. All right, so before we get started, I want to go over our norms, and I need everyone to listen actively. And that means that I'm not going to be the only one talking. You guys are going to talk too and ask questions and make comments, and it just can't be facial expressions. Secondly, I want us to be open to the ideas of others. If I say something you don't agree with, just tell me. Because if you guys don't buy in, it's not going to happen. So you're talking in here instead of out in the hallways. Okay? Secondly, avoid side conversations, because I always plan these things really, really fast, and if y'all get off track, we won't get out on time. And last of all, I want you to commit to learning, because we're not going to do things the way you've always done them. We're going to go differently. Okay, so let me explain the activity. I'm going to number off 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to give you the sheet that you're to read. 1's going to pass to 2, 2's going to pass to 3, and 3's going to pass to 1. And I want you just to take about 3 minutes to read it and respond. The thing is, the second person is going to get 4 minutes, because they have to not only read it, but respond to what the person said. Okay, so the third person is going to have to respond to what the first person said and the second person said. Okay? I'm passing it on. All right, but I'm going to give you the thing here so you don't have to tear it out of your phone. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Lou will be 2. Danny comes, she'll be 3. Okay? There she is.
Okay. You sit right there, because I already wrote Lila's number on there in case she comes. She don't mean to offend you, but.
You didn't have to bring anything. I got everything. 2.
What was that?
The table broke? Is the table broke? Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I thought that was.
Finally got these raggedy
I was
tables.
agreeing.
Got these raggedy tables.
All right, so you'll be 1,
Lila's 2.
she'll be 2, and you'll be 3.
All
All
right.
right.
Read.
Okay, I want you to read. I want you to take 2 minutes. You poor people that have number 1, that is a quote from Miss Haas. And then after that, I'll tell you if I pass it. Okay, got it. Okay, pass it on.
This is good. Yeah, just give that to her.
You can write anywhere on the paper. It doesn't have to be at the bottom, like you can do like arrows, just whatever.
I'm so sorry, but I could not leave Tanya down there with 32 children.
You read that and respond to what I wrote. Yeah, okay.
Hello.
Pass it on.
Where was this?
Out to the right.
This one?
Yeah. Isn't that right? Yeah. I think the answer is-
Hello, I don't know how right from my left.
All right, I passed it back to the first person who had it. And if you started off with number 1, I want you to come to this table. And if you started off with number 2, I want you to come to this table. And if you started off with number 3, I want you to come to this table. You can leave your stuff, because you're going to go back in a second.
This is
What I want you to do is talk among yourselves, and then you're going to share out to us what was the main idea of this passage. All right, we're gonna share out the main idea of the passage. So this is group 1, group 2, group 3.
I just came from there, so I guess
It's okay. So y'all talk among yourselves, and you're gonna share out, and then when you share out, we'll have some group discussion.
must understand. Here it is.
I look at it as like a teacher review, but the further they got out of their comfort zone, the better they were doing.
Well, a lot of us were talking about the motivation behind it. If they're not motivated in these assessments, then they don't see the hope in the end. It's all about motivation and how can we get these students to become motivated with these assessments.
I would say that this is the first time I've looked at mine because I got here late, so. I'm just gonna read what it says. It says assessment targeting a specific skill within the student's group of understanding. They are involved in how they are assessed and in monitoring their success in the assessment. They monitor themselves in reaching a goal. So I guess this goes back to you saying, they've got to understand what's being assessed. That kind of goes along.
I think the one thing about this, all three of these things, is that just like they're reflecting on the assessment and making sure the students understand what they need to make improvements.
Right, so going back and seeing what they got incorrect, why they got incorrect, so they can get it correct the next time.
And then it takes up the motivation, if they didn't do it, I'll recommend that they then turn on to do
I
better.
want it.
Something different.
Something.
Just being actively engaged, I mean, because, I know when I was in school, every time I took a test, I just got a grade back. I didn't have there was no validity to the test or what I needed to work on or what I didn't.
It just kind of makes them feel like they're part of the assessment.
Yeah, right, cool. Because I forgot to do it.
Right.
Yeah, I'll turn them in.
I still do it.
And this here, where it says excellent and high achievement will remain the domain of a select group. And they're just
All right, what I need you to do now is stop your discussion, and I need you to decide who's gonna talk out for your group.
not it.
And whoever's not at this time, be at next time. All right.
Am I supposed to be,
All right, let's go down here to group number 1. I need everybody to turn your chairs.
waiting on what I'm doing.
They're on board. Group number 1. So what was the main idea of your passage?
Our passage was just the desire to learn new things and not stay stagnant where you are. Be willing to try new things, put yourself out there, and learn with the children and not by yourself. So teach them and learn and grow with them.
Super. Does everybody agree? Great. Thumbs up. All right, does anybody want to add anything? Okay.
I liked the process.
Yeah. I put that in there. All right, second group.
We said that the main idea of ours was just being motivated, not only about the learning, but also about the assessment, and that students should be a part of the assessment, and that they shouldn't just take the test and, like you said, just get a grade back and be done with it, but we need to review it with them, and even just tracking their data and things like that, and keep on motivating them to excel and do better next time.
Because it is motivational to know where you are and where you're going.
Right.
And how well you're doing in that process of getting there. All right, group 3.
Okay, we had some good discussion over here because I think everybody saw the graphic a little bit differently, and as we put all of our thoughts together, we came up with some good ideas. What I think we finally, our consensus was that this student is in their comfort zone of learning. They're not taking risks. They're just staying right here inside of the circle. So they may not, well, I'll get that in. This child right here is, he or she is just outside of their comfort zone. They're taking some risk in their learning, and they're just maybe a little bit uncomfortable, but they're still real close to their comfort zone. But this child C is way out of their comfort zone, and they're willing to take risks with their learning. And Ms. Bickerstaff pointed out, she was like, I really think this line has something to do with it. And as we talked, we got to thinking, well, this child C is probably going to end up learning a lot more, growing a lot more, because they're willing to take those risks and they're motivated and they're out of their comfort zone.
Absolutely, absolutely.